Hey guys, my name is Will from Repair. I'm just going to give you guys a quick video today on how to fix an iPad Pro. If you guys like the content, please like and subscribe. Alright guys, so this is how we're going to start the repair. We're going to be starting out with the heat. This is our heat gun. We prefer using 270. 270 works really well with us. We are going to be applying a lot of heat on the top. We actually like to start from the top. This is an iPad Pro 9.7, so this LCD is actually fused together with the LCD panel, so you might have to be a little bit more careful when you are doing this repair. Make sure you are not burning the LCD under it. We do have a safe part tool that we like to use. It's a small blade, kind of cuts the glue out of it. There is an original tape under there. It's Old Oem Tape, so it's really hard to get up. Keep moving the heat around. Don't focus the heat all in one place. Move it around. This little tool that we're also using, it's a nice little plastic tool that Danilo designed. You can find these actually any battery that you are replacing. They actually have them on the back. We like to use it just due to the fact that it won't damage the LCD or the glass itself. Go around all the edges. Make sure that you get all that nice black tape out of there. And also just take in mind you can't put a lot of pressure into these LCDs. You can also pop them or actually just make sure you don't break them. We're going back to our heat gun. Make sure you keep that temperature at the same. Make sure you move it around the screen. Sometimes when you do lift the one side, the other side might be not ready. So you have to go back a couple of times, back and forth, okay? Now that we got most of the screen off of it, we're just kind of cutting all the tape off of it. Make sure that the LCD is free from the screen, okay? You don't want to lift up too much because there is connectors that are very important. And don't forget about your Touch ID, very important. Add a little bit of more heat on the bottom, release that Touch ID. Now this is an iPad Pro, so the iPad Pro actually folds out right side like a book. And there will be 3 flex cables connected on there. We'll get to that as soon as possible. Very carefully lay down the iPad. We do have the screen in the air. We are just double checking to make sure the Touch ID is still working. The power button is also working. Making sure that we could reuse the screen maybe in the future. Now we're going to use our little Phillips. There is about 3 screws. They're all the same size inside. We like to keep them in order. After those 3 screws are removed, there will be a nice little plate holding the flex cables together. And you could use your fingers, or you could use your plastic safe ride tool, whatever you are more comfortable with. This is the hard part right here. And the reason why I say hard part is people don't know how to actually lift these up. They think it's just pull and tug. No, it's a very slow process. There's 3 connectors, one by one. And just like that, the LCD assembly comes apart. Now this is the good part that we like to show everybody, is removing all the excess glue and tape that's on the original iPad itself. If you guys don't remove this, you guys will have problem flushing the iPad back down. So it's actually really good for you guys to just remove anything, dirt, glass, or anything that's going to stop from the new LCD to be flushed. Just be very careful. Sometimes you could pop the batteries with these tools, so just be extra careful. Make sure you are really comfortable with the tool that you're using to clean this out. Alright, just getting the last finishing touches, making sure that everything is out of it. The cleaner the better it is, okay? This is the part where we get our brand new LCD. Like I said, this is an LCD assembly. iPad Pros come like this, where they come fused. It's not the glass and the LCD separated, so they are fused together. This part here is the connectors that you guys saw us remove before. We have to be really careful. They carry the LCD, they carry the digitizer, and the panel. Alright, so this part we're actually removing the old OEM tape that these LCDs come with. We like to use our own that we have. It's actually way better tape. It's a red tape that we like to use. Right now we're just cleaning out all the old tape. Now we're going to connect our connectors back into place. They all should have a place where they belong. Nice and tight in there. We are going to power up the device to ensure that our LCD is working. Wait a few seconds, we'll clean up our area to make sure that everything is nice, so when we are ready to work, we have everything ready to go. Alright, so the image just came on. We're going to test the LCD. LCD seems good. The digitizer also seems good. We pull back the plastic to ensure there is no static on the actual LCD. For this part, it's actually good. We turn the device off. We are going to remove the 3 connectors safely with the safe pry tool. Okay, now that we have our old LCD here, now it's time for us to remove our Touch ID. Our Touch ID is very sensitive. We like to use only plastic on it. Most of the time they are broken in the bottom, so take this time to just take your time to go slowly. There's the top clip right here that holds the Touch ID, and now we're free. Now that we have removed the Touch ID, we do need to clean all the glue and all the glass that might be stuck on there. Just make sure you don't rip that cable. If you rip that cable, you might not have a Touch ID. We like to use this tool just to remove the excess glue faster instead of scraping it down. Ensure you do it for both sides to make sure the Touch ID is flush. And right here too. Alright guys, here's the part where we connect our Touch ID to our new LCD panel. First, we're going to add a primer. We use this primer for everything. It secures the iPad better than just putting tape on it. You don't have to add a lot, just a little bit. We like to use a Q-tip just to get a little bit in there, not too much. Start from the bottom up. All sides also get covered, and the top, and the other side, and the last part right here. Okay, so this is our taping process. So this is the part where we attach the Touch ID. We do have to be very careful, so take your time during this process. Making sure the alignment is correct on there. Make sure we clip that clip down, ensuring it still clicks. Now that we know that everything is working, like to use small dabs of glue. It's called Loctite. Very small, not too much. Both sides, the left and the right. Grab some tweezers to ensure that you don't put the glue on your hand or any tool that you feel comfortable using. Make sure the alignment is there one more time. Seems about right here. And we're gonna double check to make sure it still clicks. Click is always the big thing. If it doesn't click, something's wrong. We're just gonna cure it a little bit. It's just a little bit of a heat, just to cure the glue, to ensure it doesn't run anywhere. Nice. You see that? It's not moving. It's actually sitting right flush. We're in place. All right, to our next step, we will have to connect our LCD panel back to the actual iPad. Very important. Ensure that you do have the connectors in place. Here goes one. There you go. Here goes the second one and the third one. Beautiful. Just double check yourself. Ensure you do tuck in that wire in the corner. If you don't tuck in that wire in the corner, you will have a lift. Power on the device to ensure the LCD is powered. If you don't have an extra hand, use something around you to help you out. We're ready to put back the plate. This plate covers our LCD connectors to ensure they don't lift or tug on each other. Remember those cool little 3 little screws? Let's put those back in there, okay? We like to ensure that everything looks original. Nothing looks like it's being out of place, so we like to put everything right back the right way it came out. And as you're putting these devices back, just ensure, look around, the charge port still looks good, the battery hasn't been poked, the board looks intact, the front camera has nothing in the way where it's gonna stop it from viewing. Just take a look around to make sure nothing looks out of place. There you go, pressing the screen on, we're still good. All right, so this is the tape process. We're gonna remove the white part of the tape. Ensure you do remove all those tabs. Flush one side down to secure the frame for the LCD. And then just let it sit down and flush it all the way around. We're just checking the power button. We're checking everything around to make sure everything looks good. And touch is working. Yes, it is. LCD looks good. And everything went well. This is our before and after. Cracked screen on the right side, fixed on the left side. Thank you guys for watching this video. My name is Will. We're here at Repairing. If you guys like this content, hit subscribe, hit like, and comment down below. Sheesh!